Hey there, Ira here, aka Inky Arcana. That's fun to say. So, yesterday I was feeling really inspired, and I sat down and recorded myself talking about kind of my art and how I've been feeling about it lately and how I've gotten to a better place. And, so I'm kind of calling it like a positive rant, because it's kind of, babble-ish. It goes on for a while. And so I wasn't sure if I was going to do anything with it or if it would just be for me to listen to, but I thought that maybe somebody on the vast interwebs might get some value out of it like I did. So I don't know, I hope maybe someone does, and here it is, here's the recording. I've recently come to a really great place of actually feeling like I can accept my art even if it's not exactly what I want it to look like. Even if I don't like how it looks, I can do things just for practice and fun, that I can accept that it doesn't look good and not feel bad about it at all. Which I think that's how I felt when I first started drawing. I was excited about it and it was beautiful. And it looked awful, don't get me wrong, but I didn't really care. It was like I was so bad that I was improving quickly relative to how good I started out as, so it was really fun, and it was like... Also, I knew what I wanted it to look like more, because I had more of a one-track mind of like, I was sure I just wanted to draw manga and anime. Like, if it was cute, that was good enough for me. That was all I needed, because my friends in school at the time, that's what we all drew together, and so my very small audience of 2 friends would completely approve of whatever I drew, and it was great. That was a bit off track, but I feel like I've finally gotten back to that place, because for quite a while, I was really judging my art too harshly. Like, it's good to be critical, like, to give yourself criticism and realize how you can improve, but I wasn't doing that. I was just very confused, because I didn't know exactly what I wanted my art to look like, and so I was just seeing what I didn't like about it, and trying to change that, but I didn't know what I was trying to change it to, so I just was dissatisfied and unhappy with everything that I drew, and whenever I looked at other stuff for inspiration, I would just feel kind of discouraged because it looked so much better than mine, and even something that I spent a while on and was proud of for a little while, I would quickly start to see how much better it could have been, and I wasn't happy with it, and so it just feels so freeing to have finally gotten to a place where I kind of can separate myself from my art. I don't know if that sounds strange. I kind of started associating myself with my art because it was the thing that I was most proud of myself for, my most proud talent or skill. I felt like it was the one thing that made me stand out, kind of. It was the thing that I practiced the most, and I wanted that to be like my thing, my gift that I was given, like, on this planet. I felt like that was what made me special, and so I kind of equated how good my art was to how good I was, because I also didn't really see what else was good about me. I felt like I wasn't really sure if my art wasn't the best, if that wasn't the thing that made me a cool person with some sort of talent, then what else made me a good person? And that didn't really work. Not to have to have a healthy self-image, that didn't really do well, obviously, because there's always going to be someone who's better at art, and there's also a lot more things about me and about being human than just having one skill. So, learning to separate myself from my art was something that really helped me, and I'm just recording this because I want to always remember this. I'm afraid that even though I feel this way right now, I might slip back into being too self-conscious of it, and that's really sad because it made my art worse. Not only was I self-conscious and not really enjoying it when I was drawing, but also that I was so obsessed with finding the perfect art style, which doesn't exist, by the way, because art is subjective. I wasn't sure what to change and what to keep, and so rather than trying out lots of different things, because, I mean, that seems like a logical thing to do, to try out lots of stuff, but I didn't want to do that because I was afraid that I would make lots of things that looked bad, and I would waste my time on doing stuff that wasn't what I wanted it to look like. And so all of the things I made, they were just kind of generic. I would try and change small things, which can be a good strategy for finding a new art style, changing small things at a time, but it was kind of boring and it never looked how I wanted it to. So now I am trying out different things that are completely outside my comfort zone. Things that I've never done before, like more paintings style type things, and that's really kind of relaxing and freeing to try something and kind of, I mean, maybe it sounds like, I don't know, like a scapegoat or something, but just telling myself like, oh, well, this isn't something that I have a lot of experience with, so if it doesn't look that good, that's okay. It really helped me feel better, like, it doesn't have to look great, and if it turns out looking good, then that's wonderful. I could be proud of myself rather than being probably just disappointed. And I could feel more detached from my drawings, like I could honestly see what didn't look good, and I could honestly say this drawing doesn't look very good without taking it personally or feeling bad about myself. Like, anyone could have drawn that, and it's not something that I particularly like how it looks, but if somebody else had drawn it, I wouldn't be like, oh, that's horrible, that's ugly, which is weird because that's what I was doing to myself, but I would never imagine saying something like that to someone else. So I've been practicing talking to myself like a friend, as if I were someone else, and someone else that I actually cared about, because that's how I think you should treat yourself. I mean, if I'm treating myself more meanly than I would treat a stranger, that is just very unhealthy for obvious reasons, I feel like. So, I'm not very good at conclusions, but I feel like I've said pretty much everything. If I keep talking, I'd probably just be repeating myself. In conclusion, having a positive self-image and sort of removing yourself from the things that are most important to you to look at them from a more objective standpoint, or pretending that you're looking at something that your best friend made. It's really refreshing and can help, I imagine, to make my drawings much better, because I can experiment with lots of different things and try stuff that I wouldn't have tried it before for fear of failure or it looking awful. And now it doesn't matter really how it looks. I'm still gonna try and draw things just in my regular style and trying to improve that style to be something I like more. But I can also take breaks and do stuff just for fun that looks experimental, to put it nicely, which I'm going to do from now on. So anyway, be nice to yourself, treat yourself like a good friend, and try new things that are just for fun. Stay detached from things that people say about you, the things that you say about yourself, and the things that you create. And understand that as a person, at the core of your being, you're always going to be good. Well, okay, that is much longer than I am used to recording or hearing my own voice. Sorry the audio quality is really bad. I do want to get a microphone. I just have to actually do that. By the way, all the speed paints I used are just random ones that I never decided to post. So I did mention how bad my old art was, and I thought that you might like to see it. So here I have a hand-picked collection of a few of my least favorite pieces. Thank you so much for watching this mess of a video. I do hope that you enjoyed it or found some use out of it. Please remember that you're doing well, and until next time, I love you. Bye!